Okay, so if you play Warframe and you watch Twitch a lot, you will realize, like, not realize, you can find out, like, recently, all the streamer or content creators started to praising the slash damage. They're like, slash damage, it's the true damage, it will, jump over the armor or whatever thing. Is just go direct, deal direct damage, to the target. So whatever you do, just slash, and slash is just, superior or whatever. So you just go for the viral slash. I feel like, the thing is, because I was watching, just randomly clicking on this guy, and I was watching his stream, and he's like, what he said, just use the pressure point instead of condition overload, because the pressure point benefit more for the slash. Well, if you just look at the let me just pull up the slash damage, if you just take a look at the equation for the where is the slash damage, where is it? Okay, so it's here. So it's a little bit hard to just look at what does these number mean, but let me just make it short. Is so the tick damage from the slash, it's actually from the board numbers on your build. So whatever shows up on your arsenal, your modding, and your total damage, everything, the tick, how much tick you will get is actually from the numbers over there. And condition overload only boosts the numbers when the target has more conditions. So what happened is the condition overload won't directly increase your tick, which means no matter the number you hit with the number that with proc and whatever appear on the target, the direct damage you pull on the target doesn't matter big or high, because the tick damage is fixed. Okay, so it's fixed. It's affected by the modding and things. So they people saying, okay, I'll just mainly go for the the tick damage. But here's the thing: when you're fighting the very low level stuff, I'm talking about everything below the level that you can see from the simulacrum, which you rarely see stuff. The level goes as high as maybe 120. So usually what you see is everything below 100 or maybe 80. So it doesn't really matter your build, as long as your weapon is just very high tier weapon, good weapons. Doesn't matter how you mod your stuff, you're gonna one shot, two shot the target. So then you're trying to get all this detail, itty bitty, details, modding for slash or viral or just direct or heavy hit. Doesn't really fucking matter, bro. It just won't affect that much. Okay, so you better just build up the paper. Okay, I call it paper number, board number, which you just put all the big number, high number percent of elemental or just physical whatever FPS damage on the board, because you get a lot of crits and the critical damage, and just the the board number doesn't really matter, the procs and stuff. Okay, all the procs and different things, the effect, they only come in handy when you're fighting super beefy target like behemoths from the infested, or the the demolishers when you're playing the disruption games. So when you're seeing some, or maybe the Nox, the gas guy, from the Grenier, like high level Grenier mission, when you see super high level Nox, they have super high armor and damage reductions, so you just can't just a couple shots to kill them. So that's when all the procs and special effect comes in handy. So you want to maybe build specific weapon damage type of proc stuff to just deal with those stuff. What happened to the stream? Okay, so okay, so everybody is just reading this. Okay, let me just mute this and mute. Okay, so everybody just okay, so it's a Twitch thing, so let's just don't worry about the community. So everybody gone crazy when raiding somebody. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, just really doesn't matter, because people they just blindly go for the viral slash. So just I just don't know, I've been watching the you know, all the Twitch and stream of, you know, the warframe, you know, all the English communities. Okay, so you know, I don't know why they just realize it, because we actually realized it as soon as Melee 3.0 got online. You know, first thing we remember. Okay, first thing we realized is they changed the in the shotgun stuff. You know, the shotgun kind of different now, and then the other thing is we find out they changed, you know, the viral, because I used to like viral. You know, that's one reason that made the play creepers so good, because, you know, you hit a couple times, you know, your target, you know, the health become like only 50%, right? So which means you are just taking everything on discount, right? And later on they changed, you know, the viral and the corrosive. So the first thing we realized, you know, all the, you know, good players, that's we, okay, you know, people who put a lot of effort into the game, including me, we realize is that, you know, because corrosive you cannot fully strip, you cannot overstrip, that's what people call it. Because if you have like a weapon that strips a lot, has, you know, I mean, if you have a weapon that you built for corrosive and the status chance gets very high, so you're like proccing, you know, very high frequency, you're gonna overstrip the armor. So when the you know, so let's say you're fighting Grenier and you overstrip, so you take away all the armors. Now you're using corrosive damage on the meat, right? On the, you know, how to say that, the clone meat. You are not, you don't get the 75% bonus, you know, the damage from when you are like just hitting him with the corrosive damage, because you know, there's no armor anymore, so you don't get the benefit, right? But now they changed, the corrosive cannot fully strip all the armors. It only strip for like a certain level, and you can use fire damage to just strip a little bit more, but still you cannot just use this damage type to fully strip, which I think it's a good thing. Also, well, bad thing is, you know, it's not fully strip, it's a little bit sad, you know, but good thing is, you know, now it makes, you know, much sense, and it's kind of like balancing all the stuff, because before that, you know, corrosive, it's like one of the best, okay, it's like one of the best. Usually everybody just go for corrosive, and now you get more different things, okay, you have more variety, which is, that's, you know, the good part, because you want the game has more variety, more build. You don't want to have like a meta build, but you know, now people think, you know, Viral Slash is the meta build, which kind of is, depend on how you really do it. Like if you're really stupid, you're just a casual player, you just go for Viral Slash, because that's like take care of main stuff, most of the stuff. But I don't do that, because, you know, I think that's just, you know, doesn't work a lot of time. Really depend on like what I do. And yeah, so what I want to say is, you know, but all these, you know, guys, you know, this English guys, you know, the English communities, you know, what they do is you know, I've been to so many streams from the Ashisogi guy, you know, I talked about, you know, recently. If you just go to his stream, you know, he said, you know, sometimes he just hang out in the simulacrum talking about how to build weapons. This guy praised the Slash, okay, but he, you know, he's okay. He's one of those few streamers that not blindly just praising for Viral Slash, because he said, okay, it's a meta. If you don't care, just go for it. But he also talk about other build. I like that part. Just, you know, give everybody, you know, more stuff to think. But, you know, the other guy, you know, I mentioned he was talking about it, just, you know, Slash, it's everything. But let me say just, but even the Ashisoga, that guy, he's just, you know, tell people to just go for Slash and praising it. You know, there, you know, yes, Slash is very strong, but when they talking about the build, you know, some people, okay, not the Ashisoki, but the guy I just watched, he was talking about, you don't just, you know, just instead of using condition overload, use the use pressure point, because pressure point will give better Slash damage, which is true, okay, because I just showed the equation. I don't know if you guys see. So the ticks just, you know, mainly, you know, depend on, you know, your paper numbers on the build. So yeah, if you just use the pressure point, with, you know, you're gonna get much better ticks, you know, compared to the condition overload. But the thing is, when you're fighting, when you're having a quick fight, okay, even See, I do a lot of Lua disruption. When you hit the cap level, the 9,999, you know, I'm pretty sure the majority, okay, the majority of the damage number are still coming from the direct hit of the target. Unless I'm specifically built, you know, making the make the build for like a certain damage, you know, play style. For example, if I'm just okay, here's, you know, I think slash is, you need to have a very good weapon, very slashy, very good weapon. Also, most of the time, all the, you know, slash weapon, they do pretty good board damage. Also, they have very good slash damage. So it's, I would say, just half and half. Okay, but like other, if you want to get like super high tick damage, like the one I did with the Vandal, the Prova Vandal, you know, the tick damage is freaking insane. It takes like a 1.9 million, so every tick it's over a million, right? That's like incredible, you know. That's, you know, how you build the, you know, the tick damage. You go for super high board damage, that's what you do. But still, okay, for that I still go for the condition overload. Okay, so oh wait, actually I made a mistake. Okay, just don't worry about that. Don't. Okay, so okay, here's the thing. When your target have more status, actually condition overload boost the they work like a serration or pressure point. Okay, they don't show it on your empty paper board on your build, but once your target has the you know, status, your paperwork, okay, you know, the number that shows on your build, it will change. Okay, it will change, and then it will only show up in the in-game, you know, skill or anything. But I'm pretty sure it's hard to, you know, show in the build. So I think it still works, because it's really impossible to take like that high number with only like a just, you know, few mods. Because, you know, my Prova Vandal, you know, one of the moment it was in my video, it took like a 1.9 million damage, I think, just from the plain board build. It doesn't, you can't reach that number, you know. But yeah, like I said, so just, you know, just don't, okay, I won't say they ever say everybody's, you know, stuff they say it's wrong, but I just hope everybody think more, you know. Just don't blindly go for slash. Not everybody says slash, you just go for slash, you know. You just, you know, make your slash, you know. It doesn't really matter, man, because, you know, you build stuff. Okay, you should understand what's going on. Okay, I see some people, they say because slash is true damage, so you don't need to worry about the armor. Okay, which means in the current game, armor stripping is not meta anymore. Just, you know, you can just forget about, you know, the armor stripping, which means, you know, Ash, it's not the best anymore. Okay, which is totally bullshit, because, you know, these guys, they never fight super high level, super, you know, high armor target. Okay, yes, you know, actually it doesn't really freaking matter what kind of damage type. Okay, even if you just hit the target like only 1 damage per hit, okay, you can still kill it, right? Because you just go there, you just slash, you just poke. Eventually the target will die. But, you know, it's all this different, you know, damage type, all this proc. They make you you know, this stuff, they make you killing target more efficient. Okay, instead of just poking this thing for a year, now you can kill this demolisher in freaking 4 seconds. Okay, yeah, you still kill the thing. Yes, your ultimate goal is just kill the thing, right? You're reaching the same goal. Why I just, you know, why I poke this thing for a year, right? I want this 4-second skill. Okay, I want this 4-second ultimate kill. Alright, so what you do is you strip the armor, right? When you strip the armor, you know, you direct hit, not that, because the tick still, you know, the slash tick, it bypass the armor, it gives the true damage, totally no problem. But when you strip the armor, you know, your direct hit, it's also true damage now, right? Because you are hitting the real meat under the armor, so it makes your direct hit another big part of your DPS, right? That, you know, help you, you know, chunk off the health super quick, man. right? I mean, when you have super beefy stuff, you want, you know, you can just kill this thing super quick, you know. You tell me you don't care because you can still kill the thing, no problem, right? No, yeah, there's no, when you can just one hit, two hit, you know, the thing doesn't really matter how you hit the stuff, doesn't really matter what stance, what weapon, right? Like you can just, you know, there's like a cockroach on the floor, you can just step on this shit, it will die, right? Doesn't matter what kind of shoe you wear, right? Doesn't matter what kind of, you know, clothes you have, doesn't really matter like which socks you wear, whether you wear or not wearing socks, right? Just one step, this thing's gone, right? So you don't worry about the build and stuff. But when it comes to different things, you know, you want to kill the target efficiently. That's why, you know, it matters a lot. And then okay, so you know, before I mean, like me before, I do a lot of wire slash because it's current meta, and then I found out in a lot of times, you know, viral slash, it's not that good. I won't say it's like totally doesn't work, but I'm just saying that when you're fighting when you're playing certain stuff, you know, in game stuff, viral slash for certain weapons, it's not that effective. Okay, they work still good, but compared to other build, they are not effective. So what I do is I make, you know, single elemental build with the slash weapon, or maybe non-slash weapon. Haven't started trying the thing yet, but I'm going to take a look. But and then so for the viral proc, because you know, viral is the current meta status, right? Because viral give you bonus damage, you know, 400 something %, you know, bonus. So you always want your target to have viral. So instead of okay, my butt is coming. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this thing quick. So I just use like a proc gun to just spray, you know, prime the target with the viral, and use, you know, single elemental damage, because single elemental damage will also give you damage, give you numbers, and the viral just like a buff, like a bonus thing, so it won't give direct damage. But if your weapon has, you know, physical damage and it has like a proc take damage, you kind of benefit from the overall DPS, right? You still want the buff, so the viral buff, but you spray it with your secondary weapon, so you benefiting for all the, you know, the more status. Yeah, but you know, it's just different build, right? Like I said in that video, using the build I just said, you know, the difference with direct viral, you know, slash viral, the difference is maybe, you know, less than 10%, 5 to 10% difference. Which one is the best doesn't really fucking matters, man. There's like a big, you know, big reasons or big, you know, things behind the Rivens. Because if you have like a godly rolled Riven, you'll get much better, you know. DPS doesn't matter which build you have. So like I said, so in conclusion, what I want to say is just, you know, when you're watching all this stuff, just don't blindly like listen to these people. You know, they have, you know, they're like at the cap their mastery rank, they're rank 20, they're mastery 29, 28, you know, or you check their, you know, player info, they play thousands of hours, you know, they think they know the stuff, but they just barely script some of, you know, certain areas. Because I spend a lot of time, I spend thousands of hours into this game, but I'm still an Eidolon Hunt noob. Okay, if you want me to talk about, you know, how to hunt Eidolon, you know, how, you know, all this, okay, I know how to hunt Eidolon because I did many times. But compared to other people do hundreds, thousands of times, okay, I'm not expert. Okay, I don't even do some of the main job. I don't break the ankle, you know, I don't play the volt, you know. I even, you know, before, you know, when the chroma was the meta, I don't even hunt at the time. So I know what to do, but I'm not an expert, so I will never make, you know, video about, you know, the, you know, something, you know, with the Eidolon hunt, because, you know, I know there's a lot of things behind it. Okay, so I won't make myself a fool, okay, like you know, those people. I only talk about the stuff I know. So yeah, so like I said, you know, when these people, you know, well, you know, another thing is just go check, you know, if they check, you know, their stream, or check, let's see if they do those, you know, melee stuff. You know, if they say, you know, they understand, you know, all this melee weapon, you know, all this, you know, damage type, you know, just check their stream, see if they just fight those high level stuff, you know, see if they really utilizing what they say, you know, see if, or after they just, you know, made so much bullshit, they just kill some stuff in the simulacron, because, you know, in their mind they think everything it's like simulacron. It's like you go to a mission, suddenly everything it's a 170 level, you know, heavy gunner, you know, corrupted heavy gunners, everything's heavy gunner, and they just stand there and they just don't move. He's chopping down all the trees and wood, you know. It's like playing a, you know, glitched out, you know, Dynasty Warrior, right? And later on they just go into like a random mission with super low level mobs, or just go to like a survival, just stay there barely for like a couple hours, and suddenly saying they know stuff. Oh my god, you know, super cringy. So yeah, so I'm just making this video, you know, telling everybody, you know, Viral Slash is meta. If you really don't care, or if you just want to just have a build for just everyday thing, just go for the, you know, the traditional 8 melee mods. If you don't have a Riven, just Viral Slash and all those stuff, you know, doesn't really matter because they just work. Or if you really care, you know, you just, you know, I don't expect, you know, some people watch my video if they don't speak Chinese, because everything's in Chinese. But you know, if you do watch my video and just watch different people video, you know, just need to learn to sing. Okay, so because you know when you go to college or in high school, you learn something called a critical thinking, right? And yeah, so just use your, you know, use your brain and think about, is it really working well, you know, all this stuff. And then, you know, just okay, if you're like a beginner, just watch more videos. Okay, just, you know, try to do a lot of things, and when your build or everything doesn't hardly working, you just think, well, maybe there's something wrong. Okay, maybe you want to get more, you know, different build and stuff. Yeah, and that's what I want to talk about.